All right, methylene blue. Methylene blue, what do we know about it? We know that it's been used by hospitals for 100 years, so it must be safe. Not safe as for the hospitals to use to treat certain medical conditions. Not safe for you to take as a daily, additive in your, or supplement. I've been taking methylene blue for a year and a half, and all I've noticed is negatives. Achy joints that won't go away, colds that won't, go away. Reduced performance in in strength. That's taken me a long time to like from the time I started taking methylene blue until now. I've just been able to get my strength back up to what it was, and that's because of the lack of pump. I know that, so I probably am stronger than I was a year and a half ago. Once I get off the methylene blue, it's reducing your strength because it's not healing your joints because it's reducing the inflammation response. How do I know this? Well, it says it does. It down-regulates your immune system. It doesn't regulate your immune system. It down-regulates. It regulates it to where it thinks it should be, not where your immune system is. If you have a weak immune system, it might help a little bit. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying it does, but it might. But I know for a fact, if you have a strong immune system like I do, it's down-regulating. So when I get a cold, I don't get as big of an immune response, and it takes longer for me to get over it. That's not good. That could lead to a pneumonia. That's like a bad situation right there. And I'm not making it up. There's studies that say that it reduces the inflammation response, it down-regulates your immune system, it reduces the cytokines, that you get. So that's why, it can reduce your ability to grow muscle a little bit, So like I said, this might work great as an athletic performance for runners, people into speed, some limited power. But if you're trying to grow muscle or something, this shit ain't no good. Toss it out the window. It's not, and it's not even vetted as a daily supplement at all. It was used by hospitals to treat people for medical conditions. With having problems breathing. Okay, it's not for you a vitamin. It's not been vetted at all by anybody. And you got these assholes on YouTube saying, "Oh, I did a deep dive on methylene blue." And, I've noticed all they talk about is the positive. They haven't talked about the negatives. Those are the negatives. Down-regulating the immune system, reducing the cytokines, reducing the immune response. All these things, like I said, can lead to problems. You getting sick, you have achy joints, you being not as strong as you possibly could be. These are a lot of, negatives. And it could be dangerous, could be life-threatening, especially for people who are older, because the immune system may not respond as well as it needs to. So, now this is all an opinion piece. I'm not an expert. I've just read, this is going on things I've read, and videos I've watched. But it sounds to me like methylene blue is being exaggerated, by a lot of people who want to make some money, and want to sell it as some great substance when they don't care if you die. They made $1 million. So it's like, hey, we cashed in, I'm driving a Ferrari and you're dead. Too bad. You got to think twice about these substances. I mean, I bought a lot of the substances I buy are all been vetted for years by people. Things that people have taken, for a long time. Even substances I've taken like pro hormones, which are like a weak steroid. People have been taking steroids for years. But methylene blue, nobody's been taking methylene blue until recently. So some assholes, in the last couple of years have said, hey, we could sell this. So now everybody's trying to promote it as some fucking health fucking thing. It is not a fucking health supplement, okay? It's a fucking tool for doctors to save people's lives. Other than that, it hasn't been vetted for anything. And if you think taking it, daily, it's a mistake, because I found out the hard way. It's a mistake. I could have got a lot sicker than you did. The last time I got sick, I got a bad cold. I had fluid in my lungs for 3 weeks. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Just like my elbows have been aching for the last year, and I can't figure out why. Not all the time, but half the time I go to the gym, I come back with achy elbows. I'm like, I can't lift anything, make a grip, because it's limiting the immune response. I know I'm saying some of these things the same over and over, but I'm just trying to get the point. This thing is not what you think it is. It can be very dangerous. Maybe it's good, but I don't think it is. I think we need to look at this a lot harder than people have before they should be stamping it, selling it, on store shelves saying, ooh, daily supplement like vitamin C. Not, well, like a dangerous supplement that we should think twice about taking, but, that needs to be vetted on the dose, The dosage. They don't even know what the dosage is. You know? Have I ever taken a lot of methylene blue? Not really. I've been taking like a moderate amount of it. And still have those side effects. So, you know, I'm not taking it anymore. As of today, I stopped taking it yesterday because I finally, all this thing started to click in my brain. I've had a lot of things happen in my life in the last year. So they have prevented me from thinking clearly about a lot of things. You know, I moved, you know, bought a house. My fucking dogs died. I mean, I've had a lot of drama and things. People I know died, you know. It's my brain has been foggy. So that's my excuse. What's your excuse? You better think twice about taking this shit if you're taking it. Because nobody has vetted this for, you know, the potential problems it has, you know, in your body. You know, they don't know what the side effects are. I've experienced some of them, and it's not good. And like I said, and that's all I gotta say. I said it's opinion, my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt, but maybe you should think twice about methylene blue.